Well, it's just gone 12:15. 'Tis Thursday, so that means I am very much up for art. Today, I am joined by the wonderful art doctor Alison McIntyre, and I think we are taking inspiration from an exhibition that is currently on at the Henry Moore Institute. So let's say hello to Alison. Hello, Alison.
Hello, Gayle.
How's life? What's going on with the art doctors at the moment?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're doing a project at the moment with social prescribers, which is quite interesting. So we're talking to them a lot about creativity. And do you know what social prescribing is?
No, go on.
Oh, shall I tell you very briefly?
Yeah.
They're called wellbeing coordinators in Leeds, and they're run by an organisation called Linking Leeds, and they're referred to often by GPs when people go and they haven't actually got anything physically wrong that the GP can fix. Yeah. So there's no prescription that they can really give to them. And often the problems are things around isolation or loneliness or just sort of difficulties, and they don't know how to fix them. So they get referred to a social prescriber, and the social prescribers can then work with them on a lot of those issues and can often prescribe things like arts and creative activity to do and groups to go to or classes to go to or things to connect with, which can solve some of those social isolation problems.
Well, that's what you guys do, isn't it? That's why you are the art doctors. So that's worked out rather nicely. Yeah. That's interesting.
So we're making a little film with them for so we'll let you know when that's done.
I would love that. Do you do a lot on YouTube and on Zoom and things at the moment still, or are you very much back out there now?
We're not really back out there yet.
All
no,
right.
We're going to be doing, I think towards the end of August, we're doing some work with Thackeray Medical Museum, and we're going to do some art doctor activities there. But that's the first sort of out there face-to-face thing we've done.
Oh, wow.
And we really enjoy the filmmaking, so I think we'll stay there doing things on YouTube for a while yet.
Fantastic. Well, tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind today's project, please.
I will do, yes. So it's an exhibition that's on at the Henry Moore Institute in Leeds, and it's called Portable Sculpture.
Right.
And it's on, I looked it up just before we went on air, it's on until the 29th of August, so people can still go and see it. And it's quite a small exhibition, but it's really interesting because it's a kind of combination of quite modern pieces of sculpture that could, broadly speaking, sort of could be packed up and taken away. And then there's some other sort of really interesting pieces that are a bit older that are made by artists who maybe had to escape regimes like Nazi Germany and sort of pieces that they made in response to that.
Interesting.
So it's a really interesting exhibition. I really enjoyed it. But the thing I think that was the main inspiration for you was, and I can't remember the name of the artist, so people have to go and see it to find out. But it was someone who's made these absolutely so detailed, beautiful, imaginary worlds in suitcases, and the suitcases are attached to the wall and open, so you can see these just beautiful little imaginary worlds.
Imaginary worlds. So, I mean, are they akin to, I was thinking about this because I don't have a little suitcase. I do have a little cardboard box, which is open at the top, as it turns out. Are they a little bit like dioramas or like little tiny dolls' houses sort of things?
Yeah, right. Very much like that. And some of them, these ones, they were quite made out of kind of like found materials. So a lot of sort of scrap and very rough and ready things with lots and lots of detail in them. So that was the inspiration to give you an imaginary world to make. But in that art doctor's way, it could be made in whatever way you felt like, with stuff that you had at home. So I can see your box.
Oh!
It looks great.
You
can't see me,
no,
but
I can't see you. Oh, right. Well,
my camera off because my
let me tell you what I've got. So first of all, I have a small collage. It was from when my husband turned 40, so a few years ago. But I've just found this thing that I sort of printed it out to stick on a wall, and it's little pictures of him. So there's a picture of him when he was a child, dressed up as the Incredible Hulk. There's a picture of him running. There's a picture of him winning Apprentice of the Year at work. There's a wedding picture of us on it, and there's a picture of our daughter as well. So I thought it might work as a base or as a background to the box. Do you think that might work?
Yeah, that's what. So they all exist in your imaginary world.
Well, yeah, and the real world, as it turns out. So,
well, yeah.
So if I reckon I can just about line the box with this. So if I just trim a little bit off of the side.
Liz is actually here with me in the space at the moment.
Oh, is she?
We are both here unusually, but we've got so used to doing this as individuals, so we've forgotten that we could. Anyway,
can she hear me?
She can hear you.
Hi, Liz. Hello. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Lovely.
She's just come and written down on my piece of paper who the artist is who's made the Suitcase Imaginary World.
Oh, fantastic.
So it is an artist called Mohamad Hafez, Hafez.
Lovely, lovely. Well, I'll tell you what else I've got. Shall I just tell you what I've got in my little bag? Will that help?
Tell me what you're putting in. Yeah, tell me what you've got to put in your imaginary world.
I have an ornament, which is a very cheesy scene of Blackpool Front, and it contains the Blackpool Towers on there, the big ones on there. There are a couple of big donkeys and a tram, and I just thought it's a terrible ornament. It was £4.50, and I thought it might just create a little bit of a scene in there because it's tiny.
So that's a 3D thing, is it? That's
yes, it is. Yes, it's a little sort of like a plaster cast type model.
Yeah.
This is something that I love, but I can't have at the moment. But in my imagination, I'm eating these all day long, and they are pork scratchings, Alison, and I can't have them because I have had some recent terrible bouts of heartburn, and I feel that they are somehow at the root of it. So I love them, but they are going to remain in the packaging. So I could put that in my little area.
In the imaginary world, heartburn doesn't exist.
Yeah. That's true. I tell you what else I've got, and I think it just might form a nice little tablecloth area. It's actually it's a face mask that was made by my mum at the start of lockdown last year, and it's actually made from one of my old shirts, and it's got lots of little birds on it, and it's white with lots of blue little, I think they're sparrows or something, and there's a little pussycat button on there as well. But I think if I just lay that at the front, then that might just look look nice, just look a bit pretty. Also in here, I do have. Oh no! I've got some. They are some coasters that I use at home, but they are made from the insides of the middle of records. So they are actual records, but made into the size of a coaster, and they are so realistic that one of them, I can tell, actually does have a little bit of, I'm going to say, wine on it.
I thought you were going to sniff them and do the kind of, they smell like real old vinyl.
No, they smell like wine. But they're so colourful. I've got like a UB40. Oh gosh, that one's very wet. Oh gosh, maybe that is something else. So I'll just sort of line the box with these. I've got UB40. Yeah. I've got the Wurzels.
Maybe they make up some kind of interesting.
Go on.
Sort of landscape feature.
Yeah. I mean, I have got some glue, but I don't think it will stick them there too well.
It looks like you've kind of got a good box for propping things up on there.
Yes,
anyway.
I do actually. It's working out quite nicely.
As always, you can take a photograph of it.
And
no!
I've just realised I've got something that a friend bought me. It's a tiny clock, and it's shaped like a radio. But the speakers have just fallen out of it. But I think that also, it's tiny. Do you know what I mean? It's about 2 inches tall. But that's perfect in there. This is like my little world, really, isn't it? Rather than an imaginary world.
It is, but it's lovely. I'm kind of writing things down as we go along, and it's
And I think
I'll wait till you.
Well, I was just going to say the final article that I have is, I've got family here. And I've got things that I like, things that I enjoy. I've also got a little tiny cat toy, which is a mouse. So because I love my cat, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. And also, there's a picture of my husband running in Keswick. So what I have as well, I've got a little bag, and it contains some green paper, like crepe paper. So I think that might just create almost like a mountainous scene. Does that make sense? You know, like
aesthetic hill. Yeah,
exactly. So just to add to the whole general effect, I can make the scene. Yeah. Go on.
Having something scrunchy like that probably is adding a bit of kind of different kind of texture and shape into your quite kind of flat, solid shape. That feels like it'll be a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Do you know what it goes nicely with as well? It goes nicely against the picture of my husband dressed as the Incredible Hulk because it's green. So, and
was he running dressed as the Incredible Hulk?
Say that again.
Was he running dressed as the Incredible Hulk? Oh,
no. That's a picture of when he was tiny. His mum used to take him to one of these various camps, not Butlins. It was a smaller one. I think it was called Potters. And every year, she used to dress them up as something else for a party on the last night. And this is him dressed as the Incredible Hulk. I say dressed as the Incredible Hulk. Basically, what she's done is she's painted him green and put some denim shorts on him. That is literally it. So I think that's done. So I mean, I know you can't really judge it because you can only sort of half see it, but is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, and do you know what I've been thinking about whilst you've been talking? I was thinking, isn't it an interest? What we often find when we're doing Art Doctors stuff is that you do something really simple and fun and silly like this, and you very quickly get to kind of the heart of what people are or what they're thinking about or what concerns them or worries them. And I think, I've just written down family, music and joy, food and joy, fun times, cats, nostalgia and memories. And your imaginary world that you've made is very much who you are and what you want, the world that you want to go and live in. And I think some people might make worlds where they just, at the moment, especially where they go, I want to get away from everything and I want to live in this kind of place. So I think we've done something quite profound there.
I do. That is me in a box right there. That is. I've got a different camera. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yes, I can see it. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Look at that. Isn't it nice?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I tell you what, I love this bit because you're always so kind to me. Even though I know this probably wouldn't belong in an exhibition, I do actually feel like I've been.
Not what we're about.
No, exactly. Exactly. Well, exactly.
Doing the thing.
Exactly.
And how does it feel to do the thing? And what does doing the thing tell you about yourself and what you're thinking about and how you're feeling at the moment? And that's not about creating stuff to go in an exhibition. It's just creating something that makes you go, oh, wow.
I'm literally dying to eat these pork scratchings. I'm going to have to put it all away. But as ever, thank you so much, Alison and Liz, who are the Art Doctors. If people are interested in being inspired further, where do they need to go?
On social media, we are at art_doctors. And to find us on our website, you can search www.artdoctors.org.uk.
Splendid. Well, we shall do this all over again, but massively differently, very, very soon indeed, I hope. Have a wonderful rest of day, won't you? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.